Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you like a deep dive into how to use the sticky pads for application for these press-ons. The first thing I'm going to show you are these nails themselves. They're camo, super cute. These were made for me, and they were sized for me. I'm also going to go over with you real quick what's going to come in a nail pack that you get from me, and ignore my hand flailing. I am totally talking in this video, but I am recording over it. I'm pointing out to you here that I will label it for you, the difference between your left and your right hand, because sometimes you're different. Like, people have different sizes on each finger, and that's totally normal, but I will label them for you. Also, there at the bottom you will see a QR code for my YouTube channel, so you can see these application videos. Also, in one of my nail packs you will get one of these bottles of glue. There's nothing special about it, but it is something I will send to you, and I'll show you in a later video how to apply with that. You will also receive these two sticky pads. So in combination of these three things, you can get at least 3 uses out of each nail pack that I send you. They are definitely reusable, so I wanted to give you options and multiple uses, okay? The next thing in the pack is a cuticle pusher, just a wooden cuticle pusher. You will get a small nail file, and you will also receive 2 alcohol wipes. Before we apply with any method, you need to prep your nails. I did not remove the cuticles on my thumbs just so I could show you. First, I'm going to use the wooden cuticle pusher, and it does the job that it's supposed to do. It pushes that thick skin back so you can apply your nail. It will get the job done. I'm just really picky, and honestly suggest, if doing nails yourself is something that you really want to get into, get a metal one. It works so much better. You'll see me show this one off in just a moment. There's the curved end there, and then the other end is completely flat, which I'm apparently pinching between my fingers. But it will get that really fine layer of skin that you have building up there. You can kind of see the white little crusties that are forming there. Just really gets in there and does the job well. You will also notice that my left hand has more cuticle than my right hand. That's because I am left-handed, so like I can do things on my right hand very well. I always struggle doing my left hand, but I guess that's everyone, isn't it? I'm going to show you just this extra bit here. I use these to remove my cuticles, to cut them off. Again, you'll see that there's not much here on my right hand that needs to be removed, yet my left hand is a little different. Alright, so the next important thing is to get all of your nails buffed. You can use your own nail file. I would just recommend making sure it's not very abrasive, because you can absolutely overfile your nail. I think I even stop and show you briefly my thumb. I call it my Frankenstein thumb. Yeah. So just make sure you get all of it. It's important. Just don't overdo it. I just wanted to briefly show you here, like, that my nails are actually very healthy right now. They're growing out. They're doing great. So you can have healthy nails while using press-on nails. even regardless of your application method, there's ways to remove those to help keep your nails healthy and still growing. So all I'm doing here is just wiping my nails off with an alcohol pad. If you had extra product on your nail prior to filing or buffing them, maybe you should go wash your hands and then come back and wipe them off. But the alcohol is important. You need all the oils off of your fingers to help adhere. And probably even with sticky pads, it's the most important. I mean, the oil will affect all your application methods, but even particularly the sticky pad method. You could even wipe the inside of the nail down itself. I mean, I wipe them down before I put them in the package, but if you've touched them for whatever reason, you should wipe them down so there's no oil in there. On the sticky pad, you'll see here I'm pulling off like a little protective layer. It's not exposing any sticky yet. The sticky pads are still on there and they're covered up by a little tab, so you can still touch it. The next thing you need to do before you get started is setting all your nails out, and just set them in order. It helps you keep track of, what finger goes where. Here I'm actually pulling out a couple of extra tools. They're not necessary, but they can help your process. You have these tweezers. They don't need to be these pointy ones like I have here, just a pair of tweezers. And then scissors, preferably sharp scissors, so that it can just cut easier if you need to cut. Might not be necessary though. You're going to start with your pinkies. You always start with the outer fingers first because you really need your index and thumb to do the work. So we'll leave those for last. It's kind of self-explanatory, pick the, smallest sticky for the smallest finger. I'll get myself in frame there. You want to keep the tab going out towards the cuticle. And you want to line the sticky pad up as close to that cuticle line there as possible. Okay, if it's not perfect, it's not that big of a deal. Okay, but the closer you get there, the better. The nail will adhere and stay longer. So kind of get it in there, make sure it's in the right spot before you press it down, but then give it a good press. Get it worked in there. It will stick as long as you get it pressed in there nice. Pull the tab back, reveal your sticky pad on the inside. You can even see that I didn't get mine perfectly to the edge, but like I said, it's okay. Man, and those little clear tabs that you pull off there, they will haunt you in your dreams. It's like hair. You'll find them woven in your clothing. They're everywhere. So when you put them on, you need to make sure that you line it up at your cuticle, make sure that it's straight before you press it down, and then press and hold. I like to hold it for at least 20 seconds. If you don't make it that long, it's not that big of a deal. But I feel holding it there really pushes that goo into the little grooves that you made when you buffed your nail. I also buff the inside of the artificial nail before I send it to you. But I feel holding it really gets it a chance to get in those little crevices. The only, or at least my favorite way of describing the texture of these sticky pads is like the postage booger that you get, on some packages, or, just postage. They're pretty easy, to peel off. If, you just kind of rub it with your finger, it will come off that way. But again, that's why I feel like the more you push it, it will kind of work down into those grooves. Okay, here you're going to see me cruising through the rest of my fingers, but when I get to this middle finger here, I kind of made a boo-boo. Well, I guess this middle finger here. I accidentally let it hang over a little too far, and you'll see me kind of slow it down just a bit, but yeah, I let it hang over too far. So that's what the scissors are for. You can, again, you kind of want them sharp so it'll just make a clean cut. You can just cut that little tip off there and then line it back up and press it on. So that way you have no overhang there. You can do the same thing, like if you have really tiny fingers, but you're running out of the smaller sticky pads, you can just take one of the bigger ones and cut it down into a smaller size. So they're pretty handy for that as well. Okay, now that I have them all on, I will show you a finished shot at the end. But I also had put some cuticle oil on, that's why it looks shiny. But I'm getting ready to show you a slight resistance test on why these don't hold very well, or why you should be slightly more delicate with them. I mean, you can tap your fingers around, they're not just going to come flying off. And honestly, I don't even know how to explain how much pressure I'm using here, but I will kind of zoom in and show you as I push how much that nail is starting to be exposed. So you have a little room for flexibility, and you can push them back on, but they will come off. Here, I'm going to twist this nail off again, just to kind of show you how easy it is, but how I don't recommend that you do it, okay? If you have jewels on your nail, they will pop off. The art doesn't always flex with the nail. Here, I'm showing you the proper way to take it off, which is to use a cuticle stick and work it around the edge of the nail until it becomes loose. This also prevents you from damaging the nail, and you can use them again. Now, as far as the little sticky pad here, like I said, the postage booger, you can just kind of roll it off. Just kind of give it a little push there. And these are fresh, so they're a little extra sticky. So fresh, in fact, that I actually have to get my metal cuticle pusher to kind of get this one off. Just kind of work it slowly, give it a good push. You can also soak them in hot water, that'll kind of help loosen it up a little bit. Again, these were just fresh, so they're extra sticky. The last thing I wanted to point out is just the fact that there is no damage to my nails. You saw on my index finger, after I pulled that off, it looked perfectly fine. So that's probably the best benefit of having press-on nails, other than you can literally change them daily. Let me know what you think in the comments below. We'll see you later.
Oh boy.